A long time for this. Number 3 on today's 5 at 5. Mark your calendars. March 27th on Max. It's Jake Paul versus Logan Paul. You boys watching?
I know them. They're from a town 2 towns away that I grew up. I'll watch.
What's the living room look like?
I'll watch.
This is the crap that you love watching.
Well, you can't drop them.
We went to school with Logan. My buddies, I was at Ohio State at the time, but my buddies went to OU and McKinnon. I'm not.
So your buddies know them, but you don't know them.
No, I would visit. We're not best friends by any means, but
they know you. If you saw them,
they'd come to town hall. I'd be their bartender at town hall. They're good kids. I'll watch.
Okay.
I think they get a bad rap. They do a lot of the stuff for the clout and the camera. I'll watch.
Would they know who you were if you walked up to them and said hello?
Yeah.
Would they know your name?
I mean, my name's, no offense, not even being that guy. My name's kind of hard to forget.
All right, first of all,
they know a lot of people.
I'll say you this. They wouldn't remember. I mean, unless you're not telling me any stories about you being best buddies with them. You're telling me about you serving them at a bar. They're not going to remember your name.
Couple of cigarettes on the patio courtside back when cigarettes were still being smoked and not vapes.
What do you remember? Everybody you ever smoked a cigarette with?
I mean, no, but you remember Logan Paul and Jake Paul.
Well, you remember them, but they didn't remember you. That's my question.
If you're having smokes with them, saying that they listened and watched The Old Man when they were younger. I mean, right? I don't know. Maybe,
I don't know. You're not selling me.
And then I was a bartender at Town Hall. They'd come in all the time and they'd get drinks.
How many bartenders do you remember the names of?
The one I worked with.
I didn't mean for this to sound like a flex, by the way.
No,
but
I just don't believe it. You're telling us how you're best. You're telling us how you're best buddies with the Paul brothers, but you tell us that you served them at the bar.
Fine.
And
you have a number?
We were acquaintances when Logan was at OU, and I would serve him drinks at Town Hall.
Oh, so he must follow the show then.
They listened to my old man growing up. I know that much.
That is not transitive. It is not passed down.
Okay. All right.
But are you going to watch on March 27th Jake Paul versus Logan Paul?
What's it on?
Max.
I have it. Why not? I mean, anything to not watch the NBA and
what
Jimmy
day of the
Butler.
week is that?
Probably a Saturday, if I were to guess.
March 27th. Okay,
Definitely.
maybe it is. No,
is it the NCAA tournament?
I think that's a Thursday night. That is the opening of
yeah, it is. It is the Thursday night.
That's a Thursday night. They're doing that to avoid the Final Four. So because the opening night of the tournament. Actually, no, that's the beginning of the Sweet 16.
So
they're gonna do it after.
That. Boys,
I'm watching. I'm not watching.
Are we?
Don't. Thank you.
I didn't even hear it, so because I'm trying to talk over you. Kyle, are we as a station and as a group of on-air talents? Let's go on strike during the college basketball tournament. That Thursday, I'm not coming into work.
Why? Oh, just because you want to watch the games? I think we'll have the Friday off.
Usually
we play the games on the station.
Have I told you my skip day we would do in high school every year? It'd be Thursday and Friday. Brooke Sugar would call in and pretend to be our mothers and say we weren't coming in that day and we would never go to school.
Well, I'm just to dig into this Jake Paul versus Logan Paul thing.
Why are you so wrapped up in it?
Because a lot of people are going to watch it. A lot of people watch Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. A lot of people watch Floyd Mayweather.
Did a lot of people
versus
like
Logan
Mike Tyson
Paul.
versus Jake Paul?
No. It's not going to prevent them from watching the next.
Now, I won't watch, and I apologize. I'm not going to watch because I'll be watching college basketball. It's my day. You know what I mean? That's our day. Colin is, the same way. We're watching basketball. Is the basketball going to affect the amount of eyes that watch it in your eyes?
No.
No, because those games will be on Max. That's a Turner Sports thing. If I were to guess, this fight's going to take place after that.
12:45 minimum.
Where's it
They're gonna
at?
get the lead-in.
What city is it, or country, rather?
If I were to guess, it's got to be
Vegas?
Cleveland, right? I don't know.
You think it's Cleveland? The Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse?
Most valuable promotion.
There
is the
is
same
no
thing.
way it's going to be at Cleveland because they could sell out a football stadium for that. There is no way it's going to be in Cleveland. They're doing a football stadium.
They could do the city a solid, but
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Vegas.
I'm assuming Vegas at the Death Star.
They don't have enough seats. They would do the Allegiant Center. They want to sell a football. You got to start selling tickets.
Colin, the Allegiant Center is the Death Star. That's my nerdiness coming in.
But what about the Sphere? Oh, okay.
The Death Star, because it's
I thought it was the Sphere. Whatever.
You're good.
So, all right. You should look that up, Christian. I'm curious.
It's not announced yet.
It's not announced. All right. So, but they're going to sell out a football stadium for that. That's what they did for Tyson Paul.
But I feel like the reason why you sell tickets for Tyson Paul or for Mayweather Logan Paul is because you get the intersect of the kids, the YouTube, and the adults, the actual fight fans.
But
that is all kids YouTube.
Yeah. Maybe. My perspective is that they've gotten to the point where they have trailed off the likes of those great fighters, that they've sort of built a following for themselves. I think they'd be able to do it. They're master marketers. If you're going to give them credit for one thing, they're master marketers.
How mad do you think the boxers are over I'm not saying they're not actual boxers or fighters, but
this is what people know boxing for. Like, more people are going to watch this fight than whenever the next time Tyson Fury.
And, yeah, I think Fury retired, by the way. And I'm shooting from the hip here, but I'm pretty sure he's not fighting anytime soon.
So yeah, I'm not going to tune in. It's a weird time of the year to do that. I guess they want it.
Feels like a summer thing, doesn't it? That's a summer
Do
blowout.
it late July. You don't need to do it immediately. I don't know. It's in terms of eyeballs. In terms of developing buzz, the NCAA tournament's going to take some away from it, but they did it in football season and they were able to make it work.
My question is, if they do this, is that shtick with them boxing still going to work? Like, isn't this the grand finale? The brothers going against each other? Is the shtick over after this fight?
No, because like in all combat sports, there can be Paul v. Paul 2 and 3.
Fair enough.
You know, and then eventually the McGregor fight's going to happen. We're going to see that again.
Okay.
If he doesn't go to jail.
That's right, man. And I did not know the extent that he was in trouble, honest to God, until the great Dean Thomas had to explain to me.
And the one thing about that is Paul is a professional boxer. Whether you want to admit it or not, he at least is Jake. Excuse me. The other one is a better athlete
and a better entertainer.
He's a better athlete because he's a WWE guy, right?
Yes.
So he's a better athlete, and I believe he was a college athlete too. The other one is a better boxer because he actually just has infinite resources. All of a sudden, you practice it with world-class trainers enough, you're gonna get good. I'm not going to tune in. Weird timing of the year. It doesn't interest me. I don't necessarily feed into the feud, but that's just my take.
It's right during the nightcaps of the college basketball, man. Are you kidding me? I live for those.
There's going to be no games then. There's going to be 0 games to watch.
Oh, yeah, I forgot a card lasts until 1 a.m. nowadays.
Right. Since ever.